Good morning. This is Lynn Sugiyama speaking on behalf of the Arizona Buddhist Temple here in Phoenix, Arizona. Please join me in Gasho. This is a reading, an excerpt from the Sutra Sanbutsuge. When I, Dharmakara Bodhisattva, become the Amida Buddha, equal to the Dharma King, I will transcend life and death and free all beings. Among the virtues of dana, selfless giving, readiness, discipline, patience, and endeavor, the highest shall be deep meditation and wisdom. I will become a Buddha and completely fulfill my vow. I will bring great peace to all who are in doubt and fear. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Again, I want to thank you for watching the Arizona Buddhist Temple and people like Von Sensei and Mako Sensei and myself on the Arizona Buddhist Temple Facebook webpage and also on the YouTube channel Dharma in the Desert. You know, this has been a real eventful year for 2020. Not only have we had the coronavirus, but earlier this month we had the elections for President of the United States, and for next week we will have Thanksgiving. So, you know, on this Facebook webpage and also on the YouTube channel, I've been listening to great Dharma talks given by Mako Sensei and Von Sensei. And so I'm really thankful, I really appreciate the time they take to give us their Dharma messages. So it's really nice to hear how they feel and their profound thoughts on what the Buddhist teachings mean to them. Today, I'd like to discuss the 6 paramitas. And so the 6 paramitas, they actually mean the 6 perfections. And so these are the practices, the goals that we use to help ourselves and to help others, other people in our Dharma, in our Sangha, in order to become enlightened persons. And so by practicing and by learning how to help others, we transcend ourselves to become enlightened persons, just like the Buddha, become like the Amida Buddha. So what are these 6 paramitas? The first is what we call dana, or selfless giving. We always give our help to others without asking anything in return. The second is shila, or morality. We practice to be virtuous by controlling ourselves, our speech, and our mind. And the third is khasanti, or forbearance. We tolerate the wrongs of others done to us. The fourth is vira, or endeavor. We strive to have the mind of compassion and respect for everybody. And the fifth is dhyana, or meditation. We meditate to calm our minds and to concentrate on the Amida Buddha. And finally, there is the prajna paramita, or wisdom. And this means that we gain wisdom so that we are on this path of enlightenment to become like the Buddha. So today, I'd like to focus on the vira paramita to endeavor in my Dharma message. So again, vira means to perfect our endeavor. So endeavor means that we're always trying hard to achieve something. So it is our attempt to achieve the goal that we desire. So, as you know, Joe Biden is the president-elect for the United States. And so when I hear the story of his life, it's very inspiring to me. And in my life, I can relate somewhat to Joe Biden also. So when Joe Biden was growing up, he had a stuttering problem. He couldn't talk smoothly. But as he was growing up, he kept practicing his speeches, practicing how to talk correctly. And eventually, he was able to talk smoothly. But even today, he has some problems with his speaking, but he's always able to convey the message he wants to give, and that he has the charisma, he has the talent to be able to speak through his problem and be able to convey his message very precisely, very smoothly. So in his life, he has tried to run for president 3 times. The first 2 times, he was unable to become the nominee for his ticket. But finally, this year, 2020, he was able to succeed, and now he is the president-elect for the United States. So when I reflect upon myself when I grew up, I too had several challenges going against me when I was growing up. When I was around 6 years old, one day I began walking with a limp. And so my mother kept on asking me, try to walk smoothly with your step. But I kept on limping. And so my mother and my father, they grew very concerned. And so they took me to a orthopedic doctor, a bone specialist, and we found out that I had Perthes disease. So this is a disease that attacks the top of the bone, the thigh bone, and the hip bone. And so there's this round end to the thigh bone, and it was getting soft and was starting to deteriorate. So if something wasn't done immediately or very soon, I would be walking permanently with a limp for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, the doctor said that the way that you could treat it is to have a brace, a leg brace. And so growing up, like kindergarten, first grade, and second grade, I had this leg brace. I was still able to play with friends, but I could not participate in the PE classes that we had at school. But eventually, through the brace, my bone got stronger, and through the x-rays, the doctors were able to conclude one day that my bone was starting to heal. It was strong enough to support my weight, and I didn't need the brace anymore. And so I was very lucky. Eventually, during high school, I was able to run cross country, and then play basketball and volleyball, things that I like to do for physical education. And so I'm very lucky that I had 2 great parents and doctors that helped me heal my thigh bone when I was younger. I have mild dyslexia, and so I had some problems reading when I was in grade school. Fortunately, I had a teacher that was able to find this when I was reading. And so she told my mother and father about the problems that I had during reading. And also, at the time, I had a little bit of a stuttering problem. So my parents took me to a reading and language specialist. And there I was able to overcome my problems, becoming a better reader, and also to be able to talk smoothly. So I was able to graduate from high school, to graduate from the university, from graduate school. I was able to get a good job. And I was able to become a minister's assistant for the Arizona Buddhist Temple. So I'm very grateful that I have great parents, great teachers, great doctors who helped me throughout my life. So I was able to persevere. I was able to be diligent, to work hard, to overcome the challenges I had in my life. So when I reflect upon Joe Biden, I know that he was able to overcome the many difficulties he had, especially to become good at giving speeches, to become a good talker. And so I know that he became a lawyer and that he became a senator for the state of Delaware. And now he's able to become the president-elect for the United States. So you could say that Joe Biden, he was able to practice this Vira Paramita. So he was able to perfect his use of energy, his diligence, to work hard in his effort and to become something. And for myself, I too think I'm able to practice Vira Paramita to overcome my own difficulties in life. So this word endeavor in Shin Buddhism means to have the spiritual strength, the spiritual energy to continue to do good and virtuous deeds, and to realize that we are incapable of gaining to the Pure Land by ourselves, that we rely on the Amida Buddha. And so when we learn the Buddhist teachings, we do not give up learning those practices, these paths that we learn, even when we are faced with many difficulties. So I remember in the sutra that I read for what we do at the temple, there's a passage that says that to understand the Buddhist teachings is very difficult, but to have faith in the teachings is the most difficult of difficulties to reach. And so when we awaken to the Amida Buddha's compassion for us, it is very difficult for us to realize. But once we do, we are very grateful for the Amida Buddha's vow, his promise for all of us to go to the Pure Land when we say his name, when it is our time to go, when it is our time to pass. So this is the meaning of the 6 paramitas. When we chant the Sanbutsuge, part of that sutra explains the 6 paramitas. It states that we practice the virtues of selfless giving, of readiness, of discipline, of patience, of endeavor, meditation, and of wisdom to become enlightened persons, to become like the Buddha. So again, this is the promise that Amida Buddha made. So it is his compassion that we are grateful for in order to go to the Pure Land. So this is why we say Namo Dabutsu. I take refuge. I thank the Amida Buddha for giving us this promise. So through Namo Amida Butsu, our faith is strong, and that we practice to be diligent in having faith and to feel gratitude towards the Amida Buddha. So this is the meaning of Vira, to endeavor. And this is the path of Nembutsu, of Namo Dabutsu, that we say for ourselves and that we teach to others in order to get to the Pure Land. So I thank you for listening. I'd like to go ahead and again end with the reading from the Sutra Sanbutsuge. Would I, Dharmakara Bodhisattva, become the Amida Buddha, equal to the Dharma King, I transcend life and death and free all beings. Among the virtues of dana, selfless giving, readiness, discipline, patience, and endeavor, the highest shall be deep meditation and wisdom. I will become a Buddha and completely fulfill my vow. I will bring great peace to all who are in doubt and fear. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandaps, namandaps, namandaps. Before I end, I want to wish each and every one of you a great Thanksgiving. For me, I am very grateful that I have my health and that I am doing well. And I am grateful to my wife and my daughter. They are both very healthy. And so I am very thankful that they, including my two sisters and their families, that we are all healthy and doing well. And so from me to you, I wish that and hope that all of you are safe and healthy. Please take care. Please have a great Thanksgiving. And again, thank you for listening to my Dharma talk. Namo Amida Butsu. Have a good day.